The person who's going to cost you 2 years of your life, you're going to meet this week. And they won't show up shouting, they won't show up aggressive, they won't give you any clear reason to be suspicious, quite the opposite. It's going to feel like you've known each other for, I don't know, years. It's going to feel too easy, too calm. That kind of calm that later, when you remember it, gives you this tightness in your chest you can't quite explain. Because the first week with a manipulator isn't just any week, it's an install. They're configuring you, measuring what you react to, what you don't react to, where you give in, where you sell yourself cheap. And by the time they're done reading you, they already know exactly what to do to have you in the palm of their hand for the next few months. You'll only notice later, when there's no way out without getting hurt. This video is about the install window, the first 5 days, because it's in those 5 days that this person decides whether you're going to be difficult or whether you're going to be easy. And what they're doing in that first week, you can see it. If you know where to look, there are 5 signs. Each one alone, it looks like nothing. But if you see 2 of them in the same human being within the same 7 days, you're not meeting a new person. You're being studied. Think about a new phone. The first 2 days, you sit with it, you set a password, connect the Wi-Fi, you decide what each app can see about you, camera, location, contacts, you decide all of that. While the device is still new, because after a week, you don't even remember what you authorized. It went inside, it became habit, it became invisible. A manipulator does the same thing, except the device is you. They're running a configuration on you in that first week, testing what permissions you give, how much access to your history, your personal life, your problems, how much access to your insecurity, how much access to your decisions. And worst of all, most people hand it all over on day 1, smiling, thinking they're being friendly. 5 signs. We start with the most obvious one nobody sees. First sign, the heat is wrong. A normal person doesn't treat you like a best friend on day 3. A normal person is reading you slowly without urgency. A manipulator has urgency. Third time you meet, maybe 4th, and then comes the line, I've never met anyone like you. We talk in a way I don't talk to anyone else. Seriously, it's like we've known each other for years. Feel that? It's an emotional escalation with no foundation, nothing underneath. You've known each other for 5 days, no history, no shared crisis, nothing that justifies that level of heat, but the heat is there and it's too hot. What's happening here isn't a compliment. It's a deposit. This person is making an emotional deposit in you, early, heavy way above the actual history you two have. Every deposit expects a return. And here's the part nobody warns you about. When they need to ask you for something difficult, you're not going to think, you're going to feel. You're going to feel that pull in your stomach that tells you I owe this to them. You won't be able to name where it came from, but it'll be there. Note the heat, mentally, without dramatizing. Don't return it. Don't respond with matching warmth. You're not being cold. You're letting time work in your favor. A real person can wait for you to warm up. A manipulator can't. Warmth without history is a deposit, and deposits expect payment. But the heat alone, you can still ignore. You can come up with 1,000 excuses. Oh, they're just intense. Oh, that's just how they are. The problem is the heat never comes alone. Behind the heat comes something else. Second sign, they pull the private stuff out too early. Can I tell you something I never tell anyone? I almost never talk about this, but with you, I feel like I can. And then comes the story, a personal story, heavy, vulnerable, about a trauma, a betrayal, some ex that, something that normally takes months to come out, but it came out on day 5. What's happening here is a trap called reciprocity. When someone tells you something intimate, your body wants to give back, wants to balance it out. You're going to feel like you owe them again. So you open up your story, and that's exactly what they wanted, because now they have ammunition. They know your wounds, they know your fears, they know where you have holes, and from here on, every time they need to talk you out of something, they're going to use exactly those points. Take the story in, listen. Without judging, but don't give back. It's not cold, it's just early. You don't have to prove anything with your story in the first 5 days. A real person respects that timing. Hold on a second before we keep going. Come back now, because now you know the word, and once you know the word, the next 3 signs look different. You're not seeing behavior anymore. You're seeing engineering. Third sign, the small ask isn't small. Something small. Can you stop by the pharmacy real quick? Can I borrow some cash till tomorrow? Can you text her for me? It'd be weird if I texted her right now. Tiny thing, you do it. Of course you do. Costs you nothing. But the tiny thing isn't the tiny thing. The tiny thing is the test. They're measuring the curve. Small ask, you accept. Next ask, slightly bigger. You accept bigger still, you accept, and little by little. By the time you realize it, you're doing things you swore to yourself you'd never do. But since it climbed step by step, you never had a clear no to give. You refuse the jump, not the step. A manipulator knows this. They never ask you for the jump. They ask for the next step. I took a while to figure this out myself. Took me a long time, years of saying, it's fine, it's just a small favor, until I figured out I'd accepted things that I didn't even recognize anymore. Refuse early. Something small, something you'd normally do. No explanation. Can't today. Period. You're not being an asshole, you're calibrating their system on you. If the person is real, they accept it and move on. If they're a manipulator, they'll test again from another angle. Probably the same day. And there's your confirmation. And here's where the system gets more subtle. Because the next sign you only see after you do what I just told you. Fourth sign, the no lands wrong. You refuse something small, no drama. And watch what they do. Is everything okay between us? Did I do something? Okay, that's fine, no problem. Really, no problem at all. And the tone shifts, goes cold, or goes victim, or goes passive-aggressive. When a normal person hears a no about some tiny thing, they move on. Next topic. A manipulator doesn't move on. A manipulator records it and makes you pay small, subtle, so you learn not to say no next time. This is training. It's not a fight. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a dog being taught not to bark. Every time you say no, there's a disproportionate reaction. Small but disproportionate, you start to associate saying no with discomfort. And your nervous system learns fast. 2 months from now, something weird happens. You're going to be leaving somewhere with them already in the car or driving home. And there's that moment of, man, why did I say yes to this? You didn't even want to go. And the worst part is you won't be able to remember the moment you changed your mind because you just didn't say no. You were trained, not because you're weak, because their system is efficient. Repeat the no, same words, no softening, no apologizing, no more explanation than you gave the first time. You're not fighting. You're making it clear to their system that this button doesn't shock you. If they're real, they move on. If they're a manipulator, they escalate. And the escalation is your answer. Can the last sign you won't catch in the first few hours? This one you only see once the conversation starts to go deeper. Once they start telling you their story. Fifth sign, everyone before you was unfair to them. As the conversations go on, a pattern shows up. The ex was crazy. The boss didn't get them. The friends were fake. The family is toxic. The business partner ran off with the money. And always, they were the honest victim in the middle. Look, maybe it was that way in one case, maybe two. It happens. But all of them, in every important relationship of their life, the other person was the problem. There's a math here that's too simple for a lot of people to see. If in all of their relationships there's a big conflict, and in all of them the other person was wrong, there's a variable that shows up in all the equations. And that variable is the person themselves. But here's the detail that matters. It doesn't matter whether they were right or wrong in any of those cases. What matters is what they're telling you in code by telling you all of those stories. I don't take responsibility when things go wrong. When things go wrong with you, and it won't be my fault either. They're warning you, and you're not listening. At some point, ask a clean question. And you? What did you do in that story? Not with an accusing tone. With a curious one, and then you watch what comes back. Does a pause come back? An honest answer? Even a small one? Something like, I also messed up in that one. I was bad at X. You're with a real person. Or does a deflection come back? A new story about how the other person was worse, a reframing of the villain. You got your confirmation? 5 signs, the wrong heat. Private stuff too early? The small ask that isn't small. The no that lands wrong. And the past where everyone was a villain except them. You don't need to catch all 5, you need to catch 2 in 7 days. And when you catch 2, you're not being paranoid, you're being informed. Most people lose 2 years to figure out what they could have seen in 5 days. Not because it was hard to see, because nobody taught them where to look. The first week isn't just any week. It's the only week where you still have distance. Your eyes are still outside the frame. Your body hasn't accepted anything yet. You can still look at the person from the outside. After that, it's different. After that, they already live inside your head. And reading someone from inside your head is like trying to read a book with the page pressed against your face. The next time someone walks into your life with that heat that doesn't match the time you two have, the intimacy that comes too fast, the small ask that looks like nothing, the weird reaction to your no, and a whole lineup of ex-villains, you're not going to be meeting a new person. You're going to be reading an install in progress. Not impossible, just more expensive.